Om Shanti, and a very good morning from Aberdeen.Hindu Temple. Today is Sunday, the 23rd of June, of May. Sunday, the 23rd of May. And so it's a beautiful day here in Aberdeen. There's the sun shining. It's still a little bit cold. And yet we live in a bubble in this world where everything is fine. Where we feel we are safe, we are in comfort, and yes, life goes on even though the pandemic has been going on. And yet we get news from lands afar, of loved ones, of friends, having a very difficult time. And so today I wanted to speak about the love in the heart and how that love for the Supreme is the one that prevents any fragmentation, any leakage, and allows us to stay well, but also to share that love with others. Whatever is happening in the world, we cannot change it at the moment. But if I make sure that I stay strong and that my foundation is love, then whatever I am experiencing and whoever I'm interacting with, that will be on the basis of love. And on that basis, there will only be benefit. And so spiritual love means love for God, for the Supreme. That love unites, whereas love in the worldly form really fragmentates, disperses. And so the Supreme is like a seed. He's the seed of this human world. And based on that seed, everything else flourishes. So that seed has in itself the knowledge of the tree, of the leaves, of the fruit it's going to give, and the shadow it's going to give. It's got all that knowledge inside itself. So God, the Supreme, the unlimited Father, the ocean of love, the ocean of peace, the ocean of happiness is the seed. And as the seed, he's the father of the whole world, of all the souls of the whole world, because the Supreme, him or herself, is a soul, is a being of light. And this Supreme Soul is the seed. And so when we water a seed, in a way, that water will reach the leaf. It's not that by water coming onto the leaf gets water. No, the water comes from the seed, who absorbs it, takes it up as sap and takes it to the seed, to the leaf. And so spiritual love, alokik love, brings together all the different parts and unifies them. So when a seed is watered, that water automatically goes to every leaf. And to forge love with the spiritual Father is the way and means to be loving for everyone. And this is why the heart cannot be broken into pieces. Whereas, and then that love makes every task easy. That is, there is no laboring, because that love is unlimited. That love is directed to everyone. However, if my love is in worldly terms, it will create many different pieces. And also the heart often gets broken into many different pieces. And so it's that spiritual love that we actually obtain by connecting with the Supreme that will unify and bring the strength, will bring the fruit, will bring the water to every part that is connected with that seed. Whereas love that fragments will be causing sorrow and pain. And that love, when we actually harness that love with the Supreme, will allow us to have all relationships with the Supreme. And we will remember that Supreme with our hearts. And when we remember the Supreme with the heart, then the heart is nourished. The heart is overflowing. The heart is healthy. The problem is that sometimes we find it difficult to remember and to connect up with the Supreme, because we remember and we connect up with the Supreme with our intellects, not with our hearts. And we know everything of what the Supreme means to us. We might even know where the Supreme is, what the task of the Supreme is, and all these things. But unless I actually connect that love with the love of the heart, I will labor. I will find it very, very difficult. And that is the time when all the questions, why, what, where, when, come up. Why? And all these whys actually make that love really difficult to attain. Whereas if I allow myself just to merge myself in God's love, then it will be very simple. And that love will be overflowing, but that love will not be the love that has been harnessed or created in the intellect. But it's that love, that bhavna, that comes from the heart. Now, the example of the moth that sacrifices itself to the flame is here. The moth doesn't question why that light or whatever. It just sacrifices itself to the light. And so it is really important to actually feel and experience that love of the Supreme. Because when we feel and experience it, then we feel it in our hearts. And that memory in the heart stays. It is not, does not need to be constructed, does not need to be created. It just automatically overflows. Whereas when there is that love that is just in the intellect, then that love has got a leakage. Like leakage in love starts to happen when there is attachment. So if I'm attached to a bodily being, a person, or a situation, or even, my love for my car or for my job, then in that love there is a leakage, and that love with the Supreme cannot be forged. But when I give everything that I have in a spiritual sense to the Supreme, then I will not miss anything, I will not lose anything, and I will actually experience the true love the Supreme can give to me. And in these times where fortunes go up and down, and where people are leaving their bodies, where there's sorrow around, where there is conflict in the world, where there's anger, where there's greed, where there are devices, it is very important to actually find that simple, true love in my heart. And when I actually take that love, and when I hold the hand of the Supreme in my hands, when I actually allow the Supreme to create a canopy of protection over me and just stay under it, which means that I stay within the code of conduct, which means I stay within that what is true, that what is honorable, that what is pure, that what is respectful and rightful, then I am protected. And although things happen in the world around it, it's not that we won't experience that. Because if it is my karma that I'm going to experience whatever the world is needing to let me experience, then I will experience it. And it's not that the Supreme will take that experience away from me. I will still have to experience it, but the love of the Supreme will help me to navigate it. And the love of the Supreme will be such that whatever is like a guillotine or a sharp knife just becomes like a little thorn. And so the love of the Supreme is also a place of safety, but also a place of strength and resilience in these difficult times. And so it is important to actually find times and ways of really reflecting and churning on it. But not just that, but also experiencing it. So from the intellectual, we actually go into the experience. And when we experience it, we feel it. And by feeling it, it actually has a sensation. It has a feeling, an emotion with it. And that creates a lasting memory. And this lasting memory then becomes the essence of who I am and what I am. And so when I become the conduit of God's love, when God allows me to have his light, her life, light, the light of God just flowing through me, flowing through my eyes, coming from my face, coming from my action, my hands, my words, my presence, then I have that fortune of being a messenger of the Supreme. And in these times of sorrow and pain that we're experiencing in the world, this is the time to harness that love and to become Baba's child, to be in Baba's presence and experience that true altruistic love. So that love is not just towards somebody or something, but that love is for the world. And while that love flows from us, we don't get depleted by that love, because that love is constant. And so whatever yoga, whatever connection we have with the Supreme, it becomes an easy connection, easy Raj Yoga. So let us have an experience of that. So I invite you to sit quietly and relax your whole body. Just as you scan your body, you relax it bit by bit, going from your feet up to your knees, up your thighs, your pelvis, your trunk, your stomach, your lungs, your arms, your neck, your face. You face the face of a royal child of the Supreme, completely relaxed with a spiritual smile. Take another deep breath. And as you breathe out, let go of any worry, any unrest that is in your mind. And by letting it go, you create new space for the love of the Supreme to come in. Open yourself up with like a lotus flower, a pure, beautiful, brilliant lotus flower with all the petals unfolding one by one. And you're relaxed in that lotus flower. There's this beautiful fragrance around you of freshness, of purity, of light, of beauty. And now ignite the light of your soul in the place of the third eye, in between your eyebrows, just above the root of your nose. The place where you place a tilak. And become completely detached from the body. And just conscious of I, the soul, the being of light, the eternal one. The one that is in this body at this time, but at the moment is fully concentrated in its essence, in its diamond, and just completely open to receive the light and love and peace of the Supreme. It becomes like a lotus flower even in that place. Beautiful, pure, light, loving. And the heart and the soul are connected. The energy flows between them. And as the soul connects with the Supreme Soul, which is beyond this world, in the soul world, in a place of golden red light, in a place of absolute silence and peace, of unlimitedness, of lightness and beauty, of well-being, of strength. In that place, the Supreme Soul connects with me. We all belong to that place. We're all part of that place. Because that is our home, the place from where we come to inhabit these bodies. Absolutely peaceful and light. Our soul connected with Baba, the Supreme Soul. I, the soul, am filled with that love, that unlimited love that comes from the Supreme. And my heart is filled with that love. It is strong and powerful and generous. And that love overflows onto a field, the field of action all around us. The place where all our activities are. And it creates a safe space, a place where everything can grow and can become through Baba's light, the light of the Supreme, shining and transmitting through our soul and from our heart going into the world. And we are just the lighthouses, we are just the conduits. We are the ones, the arms and minds and hearts through which God interacts with the world and brings light and love into the world. And now we reach far countries, far away from here, from Aberdeen. And like lighthouses, we create light and love, a canopy of protection to dispel this darkness that is created by fear and worry and sorrow. And this canopy of protection fills the hearts and the minds and creates a network of lights, of love, of hope in the world. We're living a time of change, and in this time of change, whatever energy we give to the world is the energy that will be part of the change. And so this change is the movement from a time of difficulty, time of leakage of the hearts, into a time of strength, of growth, of unity. A time when everyone has what everyone needs. Where nothing is lacking. But most of all, there's that ambience of God's love in the world. And it becomes like a constant fountain just coming out of ourselves, having connected with the Supreme and having been filled with the Supreme. And that light and love goes into the world. We do not have to direct where that love goes. That just love just flows. And we know that those who are connected with us will definitely receive it at this time. But also serving those we don't know. Because love, to be powerful, needs to be unlimited. It needs to come from the heart and be connected with the most beautiful qualities we carry in ourselves. So just think about 3 qualities that are your speciality. Have you got them? And now fill them with God's love, because it is through your specialities that God will shine its light. And whenever you go about in your day, just remember your specialities. And remember that God's love is shining through you and through these specialities. And so you have that responsibility to share this with the world. And as we all start doing this, it becomes like an ocean of love that heals the wounds and the sorrows of those who are experiencing difficult times at this time. Go back into that awareness of the lotus flower, pure, growing in the murky waters, and yet of a pure white and pink, beautiful, unfolding its leaves. and showing how varied and how intricate this flower is, and yet so simple. And as you go underneath the water, this lotus flowers even has a long stem, a long root with like thorns on it. So to stay above the world of sorrow, to stay strong and to have God's canopy of protection over you. To not be affected by whatever is happening in the world, but to share the light and love of the Supreme with the world. So remind yourself again of your 3 qualities, your 3 skills or specialities that you have. They are being filled with God's love, and now share them with the world. See how you've become this beautiful lotus flower, and give gratitude to the Supreme, to Baba, with a lot of love, because without him there would be no becoming. So keep God in your heart and share his love and light with the world. Om Shanti. Have a wonderful day and a wonderful week, sharing that love and light with the world. Become a field of love, an ocean of love, like the Father, and create hope and light in the world. Om Shanti.